Yes, guys, and welcome from me, this is Championship Manager 0102, King of the Dugout, Season 3, December completed. We did it last night, or yesterday evening, shall I say. We got through another month after the Easter period, and here we are. Let's get straight into the Premier League then, as that's how it's fired up. Jesper Ronman, the current champion of the EPL, is riding high at the top of the EPL. 3 points clear of Matt's Dark Destroyers, and Jesper also has that game in hand as well. So if he can win that, he can go 6 clear. What a fucking star he really is. And I think there was a lot of teams that were expected to do well and put up a force, but I think everybody's favourite was still the Dark Destroyers, given their team. But the tactical genius, as he's being dubbed in the tabloid, Jesper Ronman continues to turn heads. Talking of turning heads, Stuart Danton is in 3rd place, 6 points off the pace then. I mean, we're above the halfway stage now, so still a long way to go, Let me point out quickly, before I go any further, that I've just spotted that Matt has only conceded 6 goals. What a superb defensive record. That's what happens when you have Oliver Kahn in goal. That being said, Jesper's goal scored 63 is staggering. And you wouldn't think Matt's only on 44, given his firepower. Mark Rutger's Dutch Warriors, 47 points. And Al Morris's Soylent Burgers, 46. And there's the gap now then, top 5. Let's take a look at how our guys did. Now, there was one big game. And let's get to it then, where Jesper took on Matt. No, maybe not. Maybe that worked this month, sorry. So Jesper had a perfect month. And he's looking good in the Champions League as well, Jesper. I expect him to go through to the quarterfinals, but of course the next month ahead we won't see no European action, but we're going to see some big games for Jesper. And do you know what? I missed that before. He's landed Forest Knights in the FA Cup 3rd round. Wow, he's got Soylent Burgers. He's got a big month ahead of him then. Very big month for the champion. Over to the Dark Destroyers. Now Matt's done very well. He's still going in the UEFA Cup, although he lost the second leg at home to Sturm Graz. Let's have a look at the stats on that. Yeah, deserved loss. But he is just scraped through in the League Cup on penalties against Migadonte's Trump Towers. Wow. But he took that draw, he took that on the chin, but to lose at Chelsea in the league, I think he'll be fucking devastated. He'll be absolute, oh my God. 15 shots to 4 for Matt. Wow. And Lilian Thuram is out for a few days. Okay, so, it is what it is. And in terms of his next month then, as you can see, he's got the FA Cup, he's got the League Cup against Atletico 5, and he's got some league games as well. Over to Stuart Danton's degeneration defeat against Man United. He'll be pissed off with that. He obviously had more league games than most. As you can see, he had 7 league games. Lost against... Oh, that's why. Oh, my God. Shit. Okay, I think he knows why he lost against Man United. 2 red cards, including 1 for the goalkeeper. Looking good in the Champions League. Yep, looking good indeed. Over to Mark Rutgers. The Dutch Warriors, I think he had quite a good month actually. He drew with Leeds and he won all his other games. I think the draw with Leeds, he'll be pissed off. He'll fancied himself there, but red cards galore. God, that was a tough game for Mark Rutgers. Roy Keane red carded, shock horror. Let's have a look. 2-game ban. Is that his first one this season? That is his second one this season. Fucking hell. Raul, Koku both injured. Let's have a quick gander how long they're out for. A week for Raul. And Koku, a few days. Ooh, well, but he's not out of it yet. Look, his forthcoming month then, he's got Soylent Burgers. And talking of Soylent Burgers then, let's have a look at 4 wins, 5 wins. No, actually, that was a League Cup. Yeah, 5 league wins, 2 defeats. The defeats, he lost to Villa. I think they'd be really gutted about the Villa defeat. Look at that, 11 shots to 18. Fuck me. But that drubbing against Dark Destroyers, he'll be really frustrated with that. Maximum Segalko, quick gander. Segalko, he picked up his 3rd Young Player of the Month award on the spin. Big result in the League Cup as well for Soylent Burgers, who go through to the semi-finals. With regards to the awards, that's 3 in a row for Maximum Segalco. Very, very interesting. The Player of the Month went to Mapenza for the Dutch Warriors, and the Manager of the Month went to Jim Jeffries of Aston Villa. So, over to the First Division. And Pipe Hayes, Trevor Choi is our league leader. Wow. Well, let's start with him then. Perfect month for him. Recorded 6 league wins out of 6. But more importantly, as well as a good result over Glasgow United, that result there. Oh, I didn't realise he had red cards. Wow, fucking hell. Megadonte lost his entire defence there. Campbell and Ferdinand, both red carded. But do you know what? Choi won't give a fuck. He got the victory. 6 wins out of 6. See him top of the First Division. And what a month ahead. Forest, FA Cup against Spurs. Forest Knights, Sunday Strikers. North London is red. What a massive January month it's going to be. There must be an international. Why is there? Is there FA Cup? It's FA Cup at the end of January, isn't it? That's why there's a big gap there. So FA Cup then 3rd and 4th round. Connor Marchbank, Atletico 5. This was an interesting one. Now, there was something I hadn't seen. Firstly, he's through to the semi-finals of the League Cup. Well done there. He beat Dunthorpe. He won the league. He then played Dunthorpe again in the league. And it weren't until he sent me a screenshot of that. What the fuck? What the fuck is that all about? I would be fucking raging. The 1-1 draw with Megadonte's Trump Towers. He'll be gutted. He'll be really gutted at that with an 87th minute equaliser. I'm guessing the red card contributed. It looks like it, don't it? Let's just check. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, I know, he's a little bit off the pace now, wasn't he? But, again, like some of the others, it's going to be a busy month. Grimsby, Reading in the FA. North London is red. Trump Towers in the league. He's got them again, so that's a rescheduled game. Much ado. And then Dark Destroyers in the League Cup semi-final. Whilst we're here, there you see it. That is our League Cup semi-final set up then. Over to Trump Towers, who were the league leaders, who were unbeaten. But what an awful month for Megadonte. It couldn't, he won his opening game against Gillingham. Went through in the UEFA Cup, yeah. So a quick look at UEFA Cup then. He's through along with Matt's Dark Destroyers. And the 4th round is set up. There you see it. Trump Towers against Boa Vista. Dark Destroyers against Austria Vienna. But he then loses to Southampton. And what happened at home to Southampton is beyond me. Look at that. Oh, my God. He then lost in the League Cup on penalties, as we know. He then lost to Pipe Hayes, which we've seen. He then drew with Dunthorpe 0-0. Jesus Christ. 3-0 win, 3-0 win, and then a 1-1 draw with Atletico 5. Yeah, we see that. So, yeah, I think he'll put it down to a bad month. I think that's all he can do, really, isn't it? So his next month, then, he's got Glasgow United. Monster game. I didn't realise that. He's got sharpshooters in the FA Cup. More about sharpshooters in a moment. Much ado. He's got Atletico 5 there as well. Over to Sunday Strikers. Philippe Dirala. 4 wins, is it? 4 league wins, 1 draw, 1 defeat. Looking good. Philippe Dirala looking good. And, he's only 1 point off promotion. He's only 1 point off promotion. Just go back, though, to Trump Towers. He has got a game in hand. And Sunday Strikers have got an additional game played extra. Now, Dunthorpe now for Ross Horn. Although the defeat at Glasgow United, he got a draw. I mean, the victory against Atletico 5 was great. Eliminated in the League Cup, he'll be gutted at that. Let's have a look at how that went against Atletico 5. Yeah, average game, but you know what, it all counts. The defeat against Glasgow United, good result, 89th minute winner for Karlstrom. Okay, so in terms of the month ahead, there you can see Wrexham in the FA Cup. Over to North London is red. Gary Hanks continues to have a good season. Defeat against Forest Knights and draw against Harvey's Potato. Won the rest of his games. It was the rival human managers where he slipped up with, but he's still hanging in there. But this is a big month ahead. Dunthorpe, Atletico 5 and Pipe Hayes. This is test time for you, Gary Hanks. In 7th place, Forest Knights, Wayne Chester. He's having a good season. I think you can't grumble. Went out the League Cup. It was really unlucky in the League Cup, to be honest with you. Did we look at that? I can't remember. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, very, very unlucky in the League Cup, but he did well to get to the quarters, and it was a perfect month in the league because he recorded 6 league wins out of 6, and that included 3 victories over rival managers. So give him credit where it's due, and he deserves to be fighting at the top end. Sharpshooters. Now, I need to re-add these guys in. You probably worked out why. Lee Sharple suffered a sacking. He suffered a sacking just before Christmas, just after that, believe it or not, just after that victory against Stockport County. Let's have a look if it was the victory, actually. It was after the victory, yeah. It was the 22nd that Lee Sharples was shown. Let's just double check that. Yeah, 22nd of the 12th, 01. He was sensationally sacked. But before that then, he got the victory. He'd lost against Sunday Strikers. He beat Nottingham Forest, and he drew with much ado. He was on that list anyway from a bad November. His assistant, hang on. His assistant, Jim Duffy, is that right? Harry Redknapp, the director of football, was he the director of football? That is the Harry Redknapp, I take it. I didn't know that. So yeah, I mean, he'll be added back into the game. He will be added back into the game, and he can still he had sacking last year, and he ended up making the playoffs. So Forest Knights in the league, and he's got a monster FA Cup tie. We knew that. He's got Trump Towers in the FA Cup. Good luck. That's all I'll say to you. Good luck. Harvey's Potato, Dave Treasurer. Only a few points off the playoffs, Dave. Albeit it was a bit of a difficult month for you. A draw, a win, a loss, and a draw. You don't see many draws in King of the Dugout, but interestingly though, his draws were against rival managers. Sharpshooters, that wasn't a rival manager at the time. And as you can see, so Sharpshooters did play the same formation then, almost. But he did have a red card, which probably didn't help. But he's not out of it yet. He's not out of it yet at all, and he's got his January all set up. Much ado about Nottingham. Ado, 10th place, and I think you've got to remember here, he's only 4 points off the pace. And take nothing away here because he claimed 5 wins and a draw in his 6 games. His draw was against a rival at the time. But he proves that he could score goals all over the shop. So Adu had a very, very good month. Difficult month ahead, the FA Cup, he'd fancy himself there, but he's got Trump Towers and Atletico Fife. And of course, the 4th round of the FA Cup, should he make it. And finally, Glasgow United. Now, he might be a long way off the playoffs, but he's in that top half. And I think that will be a big improvement to William McGregor, who was on the jobs insecurity list. And I do stress was, because he is not now. After a very difficult start to the month, it weren't looking good, was it? A 3-0 defeat, but he then recorded 5 straight league wins out of 5, including a great 2-1 victory over Dunthorpe. As we showed earlier on, he won't give a fuck about the red card, or he only just scraped it. He got the victory he needed. His opening game then is going to be against Trump Towers, which will be difficult, and then he's got AI in the league. And in terms of, let's have a look at the awards then. The manager of the month went to Trevor Choi. Well done you. Player of the month went to Constantinio of Much Ado. I love that guy. Fucking love that guy. And the young player of the month for the 2nd month running went to Mantarus of Much Ado. Great stuff from him. So, what can you say? What can you say? There's still everything to play for, particularly in the top 10. I think William McGregor, he knows, I don't know what he needs, nothing short of a fucking miracle. I think it's, I did say at the start of the season, I felt that the challenging promotion teams would be Atletico 5, Trump Towers and Dunthorpe. I think it's great to see Pipe Hayes, Sunday Strikers and North London is Red up there. They're really battling. I feel that the newbies, Forest Knights, Harvey's Potato and Much Ado will all be up there. Sharpshooters, Lee knows he should be in a better position than that, or he should, And albeit I know we've got a new thing going for season 4, and Lee's like, yeah, roll on season 4. You know, his pride, he ain't gonna want to get a second sacking. He's not gonna want to get a second sacking. And of course, a big thing, of course, is he will get retired out of the game and re-added back in. So it is what it is for Lee Sharples. So we've gone through everything, yeah, just to make sure we're done for it. Let's just take a look now then at the player stats. Inzaghi is the most on-form average rated player. Del Vecchio, followed by Shevchenko. I think Mantaras, I'm not really familiar with him as a player, but what a fucking player. What a great player he is. And I think much ado will be very, very pleased with him. In terms of the goals, Constantino has 21 league goals along with Filippo Inzaghi. Both looking good indeed. And in terms of assists, it's Enrico Chiesa of Sunday Strikers with 11. Del Vecchio and Boya both have 10 apiece. Over to the Premier League. Now this is interesting. I saw this yesterday. AI's David Ginola is the most, the king assist at the minute, which of course, bit of history on Ginola, is that Lee Sharples had him last season, sold him to CPU, and life is full of regret because we had a lot of banter about David Ginola in the days before I was banned off fucking Facebook, and that could have been the key player. But in terms of our guys, Mark Van Bommel with 10, Gary Kelly, David Beckham, Raquel, all with 9. In terms of goals, Ruud van Nistelrooy, 19, Vieri 14, Elba 14, Mapenza 13. And in terms of average rating, Vieri 879, Larson 842, Elba 838. Well, what can you say? What can you say? So that's the King of the Dugout, guys, then. And I think the next month ahead, really, we've got no European action, of course, but it's really about, you got the FA Cup third, and let me just double check that. I'm pretty certain that's going to be how the schedule should be the 4th round. Now, unless, of course, any of the third round games get drawn and they've got to have a replay, although I think that will scupper a league game, I think. If any 4th round matches end up level, the replays won't be till the new month. So, big month in terms of the FA Cup. Let me remind you that the Dark Destroyers are the holders of the FA Cup, having beaten Dunthorpe last season. And that's it from me, guys. And everybody here at the King of the Dugout. Till next time from me, take it easy.